Hey, what's up, everybody? Going to go back through the model predictions for today. Got the results for the NBA here from yesterday. Did get six of the money lines correct. Missed on Phoenix and missed on Brooklyn on the model pick. Day seven, the model was on Portland by 6 points. So it flipped from Brooklyn 7 points to to Portland and it pretty much did it in one day. I don't know what it was seeing earlier in the week. Obviously, the Portland pick was the better pick. I think the Portland injuries were still just lingering in these games too much, but they are a little bit healthier now. Uh, Flip to Memphis too. The Chicago pick would have been the correct one on that one. That is where the model still went with. So on this one, it started Boston, flipped to Phoenix for the last 3 days. Phoenix hung around for a while. They still did cover the spread, but they did not win the game. So missed there. On the NHL, we did go 5-0. The only one that flipped on day seven from the model pick was this bottom one. New Jersey won the game in overtime, 4-3. So the model did pretty well. I had them both predicted mid-3. One of them had to get 4 in overtime, and it got the right one for the winner on the model pick. Detroit handled Calgary pretty well. It did have Calgary in here a few days, and then this one flipped day 2 to Utah. Utah won that game pretty easily. This one had Colorado a couple days. Pittsburgh went to Denver and blew them out. I was quite surprised with that. Evgeny Malkin came out with a couple goals in the first period, so they looked pretty good. So 5-0 money lines on NHL, definitely will take that. If we go to today's games, there are 8 NBA games. The highest confidence picks will be New York and Cleveland. The two medium confidence picks will be Detroit and Phoenix. And then San Antonio, Denver, Orlando, and Miami for the low confidence. I can tell you, unless Orlando comes out better today, I would not trust this one. It only has them at a half-point favorite anyway. I know they're at home, but they really did not look good against Atlanta yesterday. Now they have a tough task against OKC on day 2 of a back-to-back. So I would be a little weary of that prediction. Not saying it can't happen, but definitely not something I would truly expect and put much on. The bottom one here has flipped to Charlotte on day 7. It did on day 5 too and flipped back to Miami. So the model's pretty unsure on this one on which way it's really going to go. And then we got Denver here, has been on them most days. For some reason, it flipped to Philly day 5. Very weird. Not trusting that day. I would go with the rest of those, and I would honestly expect a bigger spread than that. They're playing at home. Philly's really banged up, so not a whole lot there that I would trust on the Philly side. New York at home against Indiana should be pretty good. I would trust Cleveland a lot more if they hadn't just lost at home to Dallas, but we'll see how they come out and rebound from that game today. NHL, we do have 9 games today. The highest pick will be the Vegas. Then we have Tampa, Montreal, Minnesota as the medium confidence picks, and Nashville, Edmonton, Carolina, Florida, and the Islanders for the lowest confidence picks. Most of these games have been pretty steady throughout the week. There just hasn't been very big spreads, so the model's not separating them very much, but it has been a lot of consistency on the winners. With the way everything went yesterday, hopefully the model will carry some of that over. The highest confidence pick yesterday was only 71 when I sorted them. It ran with these games yesterday, so many of these games up here at the top were probably a higher confidence in the run I did yesterday, because if you can see up here, I do it today and I do it with the next day so that I can get a few more games in the sorting of it all. So these games were a little higher confidence than yesterday. Yesterday hit them all. That's a good sign. So I would trust these pretty decently at least. NHL is always a little weird. I would check starting goalies, make sure they have the right goalie in there, check the injury reports. But hopefully that momentum will carry over. We have 10 college games today. Here we have the NIT and the play-in games. Texas and NC State will be a play-in game. Howard UMBC will be a play-in game. The rest of these will be NIT games. I believe Auburn's like a 17-point favorite over South Alabama right now. The model has them at about 12. So it is on the South Alabama side, but Auburn is playing a smaller school again, and I think that could benefit them. I don't know if the model is going to correctly put all of that input in on the first round. I do believe by second, third rounds, it will be making more adjustments towards the level of play. But I do think Auburn probably could cover that 17. That's a very large spread, though. And then UC Irvine is the second highest confidence pick, does have them at about a 5-point favorite over UNLV. I'm not entirely sure what that spread is, but I do believe it has UC Irvine covering it. Same with Wichita State. I think it has them covering the spread. They are about 5-point favorites by the model. Them and Tulsa will be the medium confidence picks. Tulsa's only about a 3.5-point spread on the model. So depending where Stephen F. Austin is on there, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference in the size of schools on some of these matchups. Those are some of the ones I would probably trust a little bit more, at least in these early rounds. If there's any other questions you have for me, you can go ahead, shoot me a comment. I'll try to get back to you before any of these games get started. If there's anything you want me to start including in these videos, let me know, and I'll try to get those in there for you too. If not, I hope you have a good day and good luck.